tree. Look at me, I'm so pretty, baby. Come with me. Bitch. 1, 2, 3. Look at me, I'm so pretty, baby. Come with me.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to CZE Podcast. Today we're going to take a dive into the interview between Joe Biden and ABC News. And to start that, I just wanted to get your guys' opinions on your initial opinions on the interview. How you guys felt about it?
Yeah, no, I think it was crazy. Honestly, I've been waiting to talk about this for a long time because, honestly, that was the weirdest ending to an interview that I've ever seen in my entire life.
For sure.
Yeah, it was like, thank you for your time. And then the cameraman just, like, cuts. And it was like, oh, man, something's going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the whole cognitive ability test that George keeps talking to him about is insane, that he really never says, I'll take a test for the American people. Trump never had a fucking problem with that. There was never an issue with how Trump was transparent, very transparent to the American people. Might not like what he did, might not like a lot of his policies. You might not like anything about Trump. You might hate the fucking guy. I love him. However, I'm thinking, like, what is the issue with, if there truly is no issue in the Democratic Party with Joe Biden, what is the problem with just being like, okay, I'll do a cognitive ability test. I'll do one, and I'll make it to where all the American people can see it and have access to see it.
Right. Because he kept dodging that question. He kept going, I take him, have a doctor with me every day.
Not only did he dodge it, but like he would try and segue, and you can tell. And by the way, just for the record, you could tell that he honestly was. Not only was he trying to get away from that question, but the weird thing to me is, it's like, dude, did the drugs finally kick in, or did you take like multiple drugs this time, a lot more than you took during the debate? Because holy shit, that's a Joe Biden that makes zero fucking sense still. However, it's still a Joe Biden that is really finding ways to ignore this problem that I would venture to say most Americans find troubling.
I mean, good on the ABC interviewer as well for like keeping him like, hey, this is the question, let's try. He's trying to get the actual answers, so he's not trying. He was pretty good about not letting him dodge the questions.
Sure. Honestly, that was shocking.
Yeah, very
shocking because in 2020 when he did that interview, I'm sure I said this before, but in 2020 when he did that interview, when he did the debate, sorry, not interview, debate, whatever. When he did the debate, kind of a dick to Trump.
Yeah,
like a super dick.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that guy sucks. George is an awful, like,
moderator.
He's not like whenever you try and interfere with a presidential debate, or you try and do some softball questions, and I'm not saying that's what he did this time, but whenever you try and do something like that, honestly, it's annoying, and it shows your one-sidedness. And so you can't say that somebody's a centrist, or somebody's just not going to be involved with the politics and just ask the questions normal. Unless honestly they can't do it. It's going to be, their biasism is going to be exposed.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how else to put it. I was trying to put it more eloquently, but honestly, it's like they're when they're that biased, it's
very clear.
It shows.
Yeah.
It very shows. So George, actually, that shocked me, is the point to that rant. It shocked me that he was so completely forward with Joe Biden as he was. He was, hey, would you take this test? Hey, do this. Hey, would you do that? Would you do that? And it's like he just kept coming at him. And you could tell Biden just couldn't handle himself.
He was talking to Joe Biden like Joe Biden was a normal person, which he isn't. He obviously can't answer certain questions, whether that be because someone in the background told him not to answer those questions, or if it's simply because he's autistic. I don't know. But one thing I do like about the entire interview is that it kind of solidifies that, Joe Biden's lost. Like, he is not him anymore. Like he's not the same vice president to Obama. He's not the same candidate in 2020. He is a different man for the worse. He's near his deathbed, I'd say. Not in a disrespectful way, of course, but he is very, very close to his probably end of his days, if I had to guess.
Look, we can all see the downfall of Joe Biden.
Absolutely.
Every American can see what's happening right now. And as embarrassing as it is to have a leader like that, to be the free leader of the world, this nation, it's incredibly embarrassing to have somebody who's in the most powerful position in the world to be this out of it and not have a lot of cognitive ability to function. It really comes down to a matter of it. In my opinion, it really comes down to a matter of who's really running the country, who's really like pushing this guy to keep going.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's Joe Biden. Jill is a monster. She's an evil person. I know if I had somebody in my family who I love very much, and they were suffering from dementia, or I would not allow them to be shown in public or to be shown off as, for power, for money, for whatever you want to say it's for. But no, I think that interview went completely disastrous. I think that interview went completely
for Democrats.
For Democrats, yeah.
Anything Joe Biden does to put himself in a public position just raises Trump's voting pool.
Yeah, I feel like
it just shows.
I don't want to help Joe Biden in any way, but like the smartest thing for him to do right now is just shut the fuck up. Like just like stay off of interviews. He
won
of debates.
2020, right? And he stayed in the basement the whole time.
Yep.
I think that Barack Obama didn't even really want him as his vice president. I think, but and so it's. I would assume, I can't say that with I have inside knowledge or something, but I honestly think that given what Barack Obama said about the 2024 thing, about Joe Biden, don't ever underestimate his ability to mess stuff up. Given that info and the fact that you hear a lot of people that are in the know behind the scenes saying that Barack Obama is highly concerned.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make... But in public, he'll come out on X or whatever and say, Biden's our guy. He's our nominee. Well, when you see an interview like that, when you see a debate like that, when you see Biden's ability to function, it is completely obvious to the American people, not all Democrats, because honestly, at this point, if you are still voting blue, like, there's some issues somewhere.
Yeah.
There's some issues somewhere.
You're a socialist.
You gotta have a gun to your head or something like that. Like,
are you just completely ignorant? There's a lot of people that don't care, and they just go, "Oh, I don't care that this governs my life and how I will live, and I'm not interested in figuring it out." But that's.
And what's more is they take a look at these governments and how they're ran in like North Korea and Russia, and they like that. They like that socialism shit. Fucking go earn money. You don't have to spend it yourself. Like
they think they're like that.
They think they do. It works in small communities and small like households and stuff. What's mine is mine, or what's mine is yours. What's yours is mine. But you take
like
that
in a family setting.
Yeah, in a family setting.
Yeah.
You take that to a country. That shit doesn't fly.
It's never worked.
Try telling Elon Musk that he has to spend all his money on everyone else but himself. He gets this much and everyone else gets this much. They divvy it up equally. Try telling him that, see how he reacts. He's going to say, fuck you, this is capitalism, this is my shit.
Yeah, no, not only that, but not only would I agree with that, but I'd also agree with the fact that I'd also say the fact that when you're dealing with these type of people that are for socialism and stuff like that, the one thing to keep in mind is they're not thinking about the rules applying to them. They're thinking, okay, well, yeah, that's great in theory because I would get all this free shit.
yeah.
And then when they go, well, when it comes to, communism and shit like that, but when, the truth hits and it's like, oh, you have this and this? Well, that's going to go over to them and that's going to be spread out.
Yeah,
equally.
suddenly CZE is going to be CZE, stands for presenting everyone because anyone can have it. It's now no longer ours.
Yeah.
This house, it's not our. Nope. Anyone can. Hey, what's up, Gary the bum? Welcome in. Enjoy your stay.
That's already happening.
We're already doing
Look
that.
at
Yeah.
squatters
We're already
and
doing
shit.
Yeah, the stupid squatter rule where it's like if a squatter goes in your house, you call the cops on them, you can get taken away.
If they've been there for like 30 days or some shit.
It's
like,
fucking outlandish that's
why
a thing.
does that happen?
It's like, oh, hell yeah.
It's squatter laws in like New York, places like Seattle, even like I don't know if it's like county by county, but it's squatter. It's like they actually have rights. Squatters have rights. This is fucking ridiculous.
I'm about to go be a squatter. I swear to God, I'm gonna steal someone's house.
Dude, I'm about to fly to Mexico and come in illegally, and just claim to be an illegal and be like I'm not a citizen.
Yep,
And that way
I'm a squatter.
I can come in and get $10,000. I'll move my fucking ass to New York and get a nice 5-star hotel for free on your
free.
dime,
For
on your
completely
guys'
free.
dime. But
It's awful.
oh god, it's tragic. What's
it's a whole
happening right now is the
mess.
fall of America, and what we're doing in this election is hoping to reverse the fall of America because you're witnessing in real time the fall of America.
Right.
Yeah, if Joe Biden wins, there's a chance I will not live in America anymore. Like, I don't want to be here to see what he does to this place. Or, honestly, not even what he does to this place, but what this place does to itself after he wins.
Let's see if the country
Or what-
allows you to make enough money to get a ticket out of here.
What Russia does to when they see Joe Biden wins, or fucking Ukraine will be like, oh, hey, this guy has helped us so much. Don't
Ask
care.
them some more.
Yeah, let's just get some more money. Let's go tax their citizens even more by giving us, let's say, $8 billion. We'll just take that off your hands. If he wins, we're fucked, and I don't want to be here for that. Like, that sounds awful. Go to Canada.
I think it's a bit hyperbolic.
Fuck that.
Like
Yeah.
I would never give up on this country ever, no matter who would be the president. I'd fight for it. I'd die. I would. In my mind, like it's really allowed me to be a person to where I can have a job, I can make money, I can have the freedom to choose what job I want, to choose how much I make. I can create my own job. I can be an entrepreneur. Like the possibilities are really endless, and so that's kind of my mindset about it. What's really awkward to me. Can we figure out one thing that's just fucking bothering me? What is up with Joe Biden's raspy voice? Like, he'll talk normal. Do you guys notice that?
Yeah.
He'll talk normal, and then he'll like lean in and... I'm gonna...
Nothing is worse than RFK.
Well, RFK, I think that's a genetic thing, because if you look at it, his sister talks the same
Did
way.
JFK talk like that?
No.
No.
Well, he was probably too young.
But Biden is in this mode where he'll talk like where he can barely talk, and then man, he gets serious. You know he's serious because he'll lean in and he'll
It's when the meth kicks in.
look, bud. He becomes the fucking Dark Knight.
Yeah, he thinks he's respectfully. He thinks he's him. He thinks he's fucking Batman. But then, like, if that's Batman, I want to put Batman in a retirement home. Like,
Yes.
he looks awful when he does. I think he gets in this mindset of like, oh, I'm starting to flow with the speech now. Like, let's keep going. Let's go. And then he starts overlapping his own thoughts, and that's where you get the pauses for like an astronomical amount of time. It's just long silence of just raspy like breathing. It's like, this guy's running our country. We're fucked.
Yeah, I think another thing people get wrong with capitalism is they claim that it's like just this thing where rich people get to thrive and us like poor people get to just fucking just die. And the truth being is that those people that are at the top, it was either nepotism or they got there by hard work.
Yeah.
So, for sure.
Or a small loan of $1 million.
But yeah, that's nepotism. The thing is, though, is like people, they work to get there. You're not restricted down to being poor. You can always do something to get yourself up there.
Gotta work for it.
Here's the problem. Capitalism is not the best system. It's the best system that the world has. It's not. It could be better in multiple ways and stuff, but no, I think it's the best system.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I kind of
As of
wordplay on that, but yeah.
Like, it
yes.
could always be better.
Oh, it could be a lot
we haven't
better.
achieved it
We
yet.
could do a lot more with healthcare. We could do a lot more with certain things. But for what we have right now is the best in the world.
Yeah.
And nobody can ever say that it's not the best in the world. But nothing's going to be the best in the world with that raspy ass voice, dude.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. I'm sorry. I'm immature. I'm immature about it. But it's awful to hear. It's awful to listen to. It's like the last, the death breath. Like when you're on your deathbed and your last breath where it's like gurgly and you're like, it's like, and then he just talks in that mode for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time, boys, because it's serious Biden when it comes to, you know, him turning on that voice and doing that thing. So I don't know. I can't get past this is insane that we're living in this world like that.
Yeah. I do want to get into, so with the interview itself, you mentioned the ending. With the ending of that interview, so if you guys haven't seen it, I'll put a clip up right now.
You're in the United States next week. Come listen. See what they say.
Mr. President, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
But basically, so he says, what does he say? He says, that's it for the interview or whatever, and then it just stops.
Well, no, he actually did say thank you. He goes, oh, okay. He's like, in the middle of the question, like right after he gets on answering it, George goes, well, thank you for your time, Mr. President. And the camera just stops. The camera just stops abruptly.
And it jumps cuts to a different news anchor or whatever.
It was like nobody saw that ending coming. Like that's probably the point of an interview where I would have been getting my popcorn out and like sitting down going, okay, let's listen to what he has to say. Like, you know, and listening to it in the background as it's all being made. So
very shortly.
Which is cause to think, is there a potential that they cut out something that happened? Like Joe Biden started saying something.
Okay, so I
like,
heard.
Oh, hell no.
I heard they had to do 2 takes.
All right, fellas, here we go.
2 takes.
That's what I heard, but I can't. That's not like I can't confirm that. But I heard that they had to do 2 takes of the interview. The first one was just, and that, you know, might just been something silly someone was saying or whatever.
They had to offer him some chocolate chunk ice cream.
Some chocolate or some kid hair. Or some kid hair.
Double chocolate chip.
God, does he love him some kid hair? I wish
Soda.
I wish I loved anything as much as Joe Biden loved himself some kid hair.
Yeah.
Just the sniff.
Sniff clip roll.
Yeah.
There's 3 things Joe Biden loves. It's chocolate chip ice cream.
I thought it was vanilla ice cream.
No, he loves chocolate
It's
chip.
chocolate. Okay.
Underaged women hair. And the N-word.
Defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, we already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Those are his top 3, I'd say.
He loves it. And he has a history of being actually racist.
Yep.
For nigger.
He also
And
loves
this is funny.
Oh, yeah.
And-
And failing to speak. He loves breathing, but like Darth Vader. Like
Exactly like Darth Vader.
he sounds like Darth Vader on his deathbed.
Oh no, there's been so many comparisons as well to him. Just like, I mean, if you look back at his 40 plus years in politics, literally saying things that I want to say alleged like racist things, but
Nigger.
they're just
They're
flat
not
out
even alleged,
racist.
yeah.
It's like my mom doesn't need to get, you know, surrounded by a racial jungle, and he's fearing for his mom getting raped. The whole like crack cocaine thing.
an education as white kids.
Yes,
It's like
black
what?
kids, and this wasn't Biden, but this is your party. Black kids don't know how to use computers. There's plenty of videos online where it is mostly Dems, and it's white liberals going, I don't think that black people know how to get a driver's license. I don't think they know where the DOL is. So voting ID requirements would be extremely racist, and they're not racist. They're extremely not racist. I would hope that we could put some sort of federal law in where like there's voter ID, all voting in elections requires voter ID.
Yeah.
But it's the complete opposite of racist. I think it's just keeping check of your country and who's legal and who's not.
One thing that I'm impressed with for this little show being put on for us by these politicians is how confident Trump is. And, you know, like Trump just sees Biden, he's like, I already fucking beat you, motherfucker.
Within 5 minutes of
And
the debate, I
it's-
think he was like, oh.
And also, it sucks for Trump
tell by
because,
how he
like,
walked out.
Yeah.
if he wins against Biden, he beat basically a dead man. If he loses against Biden, he basically lost to a dead man. It's a lose-lose. But if he wins, it's a win for us. People are going to look down on Trump.
Well, that's the
they're
thing.
like, oh, you didn't give him a fifth chance.
With what we said earlier, with like Joe Biden, the smartest thing for him to do is to stop doing interviews. I think the same thing goes for Trump. Like
no,
gotta show him.
but in the sense of, don't debate Biden again. Do not debate him again.
I think that debate made Trump look amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But don't do it again. That's it. You've already won with that debate. Like, you can do interviews and stuff. Like, he's already done the interviews and stuff like that. But I'd say stay away from the debating for Biden.
I would disagree with that. I think that look, there's a lot of MAGA out there that I myself love the Trump who is more satire and more, sarcastic and feisty and whatever.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like you have to calm it down or whatever.
Crowd,
Yeah, appeal to the people. And so my thing is I think that Trump should definitely challenge Biden to more debates. It'd be interesting to see if Biden's team would allow him to do more debates. Actually,
I don't think they would.
They would advise him not to, but can they tell him like?
I'm sure they'd set up so many rules and so much shit, but like,
you're not allowed to speak unless you're wrong.
Unless Biden gives you a thumbs up.
Yes.
Have you guys ever seen the list of like rules that Trump requested that that almost all of them got turned down? They were like really funny.
I have not.
I want to see
I need
that.
to pull this up. Hold on. I could paraphrase. I do know a couple of them where they were like, if Biden references porn at all, then he owes Trump a Coke or something. It was something like that, and it was like, what? He's got these funny ass ones. They were all denied, every single one of them.
That's funny.
Except for like a couple that were actually legit rules that he requested.
Yeah.
No, that's honestly, I haven't heard of that, but that's why is none of this shocking anymore?
Yeah,
why is none of it shocking?
Because Trump keeps getting fucked.
It's just like the 2020 debate.
And I would say if Trump wins, it's a win for everybody, and some people just don't know it.
Oh,
it's
it
a win
is.
for him.
Yeah,
But I would also say that he didn't just defeat a dead man; he defeated a swamp of people.
Yeah.
That are playing puppet master with a dead man.
He defeated
Here's the
Joe.
thing is, like, what it's funny to me, where the fuck did Trump come from? This motherfucker just came into politics, and as a businessman, he's like, I want to run a country now.
No, he
like, where the fuck did he
in
say
all
he
fairness,
doesn't want to?
In all fairness,
he needs to.
I think it was Oprah Winfrey, like, I think it was early 2000s, maybe 90s, that Trump she asked him, would you ever think about running for president? And he said, yeah, and he like, so he's been flirting with the idea for a very long time, but, and keep in mind, Trump's a liberal.
Yeah.
He's a liberal.
He is?
Yes. Yep. This is how far the left has gone. He's not a Republican. He was not a Republican.
He's a Democrat?
He's a liberal. Yes, he was a liberal.
He was.
Yes, I think now he has no choice but to be a Republican because of how far the left has gone. So the left has gone so far to where Trump's like, no, this is ridiculous. You want women in men's sports. You want, you want to kill babies up to 9 months. And by the way, for all you people out there that are going, oh, no one wants to kill babies up, until 9 months and after birth. West Virginia, I think it's West Virginia's government, or is it Virginia? It's one of their governors. Yes, and I'm actually going to get that video, and we're going to post it, just so
on X.
You guys know we're everywhere. If you're, I'll post it on X, but it's literally him saying after birth, and we'll keep the baby comfy. And and then if the mother decides she wants it, then we'll resuscitate it. If she decides she doesn't want it, we'll put it down in a humane way.
They're talking it like it's a dog.
Like it's a dog. Look, there's value to life, right? So you're talking about human life. You're talking about a human person. And honestly, if you don't have kids, you don't understand. And you could be empathetic to it, and I think that just shows that you're more of an open-minded person. However, you don't get it if you don't have kids, because once you have the kids, you don't regret having your kids. Those who do, very few, very small, mentally ill part of our population.
I've seen people who have kids stand up for abortion and saying like they don't people call it just like a leech in your stomach. Like, it's not a fucking leech, it's a person.
Correct.
That fucking person could grow up to cure cancer, be a fucking save lives.
Yeah.
Go in the military, do something awesome with their life, and you're just gonna be like, ah, fuck it.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about that argument, by the way, about abortion is when you say something like, oh, they could grow up to cure cancer, they're like, oh, that's extreme. Meanwhile, their take is, well, they could also grow up to be Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like, you can take it to extremes and it'll always end up awful. Every time.
I know how we end this argument. We go, okay, you have your kid. If you have a boy, it could grow up to be a girl. How many points does the left want for having tranny kids, huh? Could grow up to be a girl. If you have a boy, you could always just chop his junk off. You could chop his
the number one
dick and
athletic
balls
swimmer.
off. Yes, the number one.
For women.
Yes.
In 2036.
Yep. So if
And
you
she's
have
black with white skin.
oh, and she's gay.
Yep.
If
She
you
also
ha-
likes kids, and that's okay now.
That's okay. That's good. That's part of the alphabet club.
You remember when they were going to add pedophiles to the
Oh
LGBTQ?
God, yes.
Absolutely
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
And then the LGBTQ came out and said, we do not associate ourselves with those kind of people.
Yeah, add R for
Yeah,
retards.
any
'cause
of
they're all
those
retards.
Any of those people that have those stupid signs, love is love.
It's not.
Like, really? So a 40-year-old man loving a 5-year-old, that's just love, right?
Yeah,
it's
that,
just how
that
it
makes
goes.
sense.
It's how it goes. You know this is wrong in your heart. You know this is wrong. We know it's wrong.
Like, the fact
It's
that
sick.
it's even a conversation is fucking crazy.
That's been my point about
Because
abortion.
years ago, this would have been like, if someone said like, "Oh, a 40-year-old can date a 5," you would look at that fucker and you would try to make a citizen's arrest on that bitch. Like, that is crazy.
You'd murder him.
Absolutely.
Which
Especially
we
if
don't
you're a parent.
advocate for murdering.
Oh, definitely.
And you
not.
shouldn't definitely go murder somebody. I'm not saying go do that.
Don't
I'm
do
just
that.
saying back in the day, that's a consequence that would happen.
Yeah.
Like if somebody found
You know
out
it's
that
bad?
was the case.
You know it's bad when prisoners kill rapists in prison, right? And we will make them glorified. We'll be like, "Oh yeah, you go get that 5-year-old."
I kind of want to. Okay, this question that I'm going to ask is like, it's probably going to take a bit. That's why I want to wrap it up with this. But what do you guys think about this theory that, like, it's super random. This just came to my mind.
All right.
That the world is ran by just this group of people, like this one family. I forget their name.
You're probably talking about like one of the Rothschilds.
Yeah,
or
the
Rockefellers.
Rothschild. What do you guys think about that?
The 13 families and all that, like Illuminati shit. I don't know. They have.
Do you think Democrats relate to it?
I think that they played a part in building society, and a lot of them are evil. You got a lot of evil people, but I don't know. I used to be really into a lot of that stuff. It's a lot dark. I will say this: what I know, what I believe I know, and my I don't want to say my truth because there's only one truth. I believe the truth is that it's a lot darker than you see at face value, at face level. It's a lot darker than anybody sees. I mean, you can't argue with the fact, with the truth that okay, Hillary Clinton was doing some blood witch stuff, and that's true. That's true. Like, and so if she's willing to do that, how much deeper does the rabbit hole go? That's what you got to ask yourself, and then
Epstein Island
goes really deep.
If Epstein Island existed for as long as it did, and people were going back and forth, fucking little kids, and our government had to have known about it, and like, how much more evil does it get?
Yeah.
How much more evil does it get?
Have you seen the list of like the names that are on that list and all that?
Well,
do you believe in that?
It's not. No, the official. It hasn't been officially released. So a lot of things that you're seeing are just like random names, or maybe one of them's a leaked copy. I'm not sure, but I know.
Do you think
that
Stephen
it has
Hawking
not
would?
been released? What?
I've seen
think
Trump
Stephen
on
Hawking
that
would?
list.
I can't see Stephen Hawking like.
Have you seen
Bring me a kid.
Have you seen the I forget Bad Friends
Bring me a
podcast?
kid so I can sniff him.
The Bad Friends podcast. They were talking about Stephen Hawking on the island, and he's like, "Oh, you want to go jet skiing with us, Stephen?" He's like, "I want to go see a miner," and it's like I love the Bad Friends podcast. That is amazing with Bobby Lee and the ginger guy that I
Is
always
that the
forget
one?
the name of.
Bobby Lee, is that the guy that was like if you laugh again, I'm not going to tell the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, about getting molested by
Yeah, yeah.
man with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Yep.
course.
All right. Yeah.
No, I think honestly, that's my take on it. It's just, remember to go vote, and remember to, if you like America, vote Trump.
Yeah. The
If
title
you-
for this video is getting
If
crazy.
you hate America, don't vote or vote for Biden, because those people that say we're screwed either way,
Go fuck
the on the fence people, like, honestly, Mega wants nothing to do with you. Because it's a clear choice on you either want one side or the other. They're complete polar opposites. I'm talking about the difference between the left and the right.
Yeah.
And so if you want Biden, that's your guy. Stick with it. I respect. I don't. Nobody hates anybody because of that. There's no hatred. It's just I'd love to talk to you about it. We'd love to talk to you about it. We'd love to I'm open minded to any of this stuff.
Yes.
So
I can't wait to see the
that's
title of
my-
this video, bro.
that's my thing.
Let me guess. This video is called, CZE Podcast Episode 4. Or what is it?
5.
ABC the interview brackets Epstein Island, Illuminati, abortion. It's just everything.
Yeah, we kind of hop around. That's the beauty of being able to just give your opinion on stuff and have fun with it. So
Yes.
Yep.
And
Don't
the
cancel
next-
us.
The next
We
one
have
we're
fun
going to
with it.
do, we're planning on it being a cultural subject. We've been leaning a lot at politics. We're going to try and take a look at some cultural issues too.
Yep.
So, yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we're going to leave it at that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all those nice things, and let us know in the comments if you have any topics you'd like us to discuss next.
Yep. Follow us over on X, Twitter, aka TikTok, Instagram, and soon to be Facebook as well.
I think
Alright.
because you have to kind of do politics and culture, right? Because what do they say? Culture is downwind from politics. Politics is downwind from culture.
Yeah.
So they all just kind of mix and match.
Anything else, boys?
I think we got it.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, everybody.
Nigger